The Sims 4 just released 2 creator-made kits, the Slumber Party kit by Trelike and the Cozy Kitsch kit by Mishuno Sun. And thank you so much to EA for sending me these codes so I can check out these kits. I am super intrigued by the Cozy Kitsch kit. It has this retro, colorful style to it that I love. So let's build an entire house using colorful, retro aesthetics. I also just wanted to thank you guys so much for using my creator code sydmac at checkout on the EA app or thesims.com. Since I am an EA partner, whenever you guys use that code, I get a 5% commission off your purchase. So thank you guys so much for keeping me in mind when buying your Sims 4 packs. So we're going to be building here in Oasis Springs. And I want our exterior to be in an Art Deco style. So this Art Deco architecture style started becoming more popular around the 20s and 30s and frequently features rounded walls, horizontal lines, bold shapes, and luxury materials. So we're gonna actually start by building up some platforms. I find the easiest way to use platforms is by building a room first and then clicking in the middle of it and raising it up to whatever height you want it to be, and then you can just go in and delete the walls. I want these diagonal parts to be like my steps going up to the house, so I'm just continually adding the same shape and then clicking inside and raising it up by 1. And I'm basically gonna just keep doing that until we've got 3 stairs leading up to the house. So those will be our steps leading up. I'll maybe make them a little bit bigger just to make sure we have enough room, and then I'm gonna grab the tallest one and just bring it all the way back, and we'll build on top of this one. The bad thing about this style of architecture is, like I was saying, we need some round walls, which are kind of like my enemy in The Sims 4. For me, I still find them kind of difficult to work with, but it's okay, we're gonna try and make it work today. It's one of the main features, so we need it. So we'll have our rounded wall feature here, but then I want to add another rounded element to it. So I'm gonna take one of these rounded deck pieces, I'm gonna turn on my grid, and I'm gonna add this on so it's just hanging over the wall that we've already made. We'll do the same thing on the other side, and then I'm gonna connect them. I'll delete these walls so we're just left with the rounded piece, and then we're gonna page down and copy and put this right on top. I might build out here a tiny bit. We'll bring it up on the second floor too, and then I can just grab that deck piece and bring it to connect. And then over to this side, I think this is where we're gonna put our entry. So again, bringing this up 2 floors and then connecting the deck piece. And I think I'm also gonna build these bump out pieces right here, and this is where we can put our front door. I'm also gonna top this off with a half wall, so it's gonna look like that, and my roofing up top is just gonna be fencing, so that's not gonna look very out of place. The final thing I'm adding is just one more rounded bump out here. This can be a balcony. We'll just bring all this back a little bit more, and I'm also gonna take my deck piece and put that right on top, so that's gonna also be part of our roofing. My plan was to roof this entirely with different half walls at different heights, but for some reason round walls will not take half walls. Like, it just won't add on to this curved part. I told you they were annoying. So instead, I'm just gonna use this base game fence here. For the bottom rounded piece though, I'm using this fence from high school years. And also, whenever you have a rounded wall and you want to add a fence on top of it, you have to add on this rounded deck with the fence. So you basically add that on top of the rounded walls that you've made, because you can't manually go in and add a rounded fence. It would just end up on a diagonal. It's, you know what, we love rounded walls. Okay, so I've added some trim. I polished off this top part with a half wall for the other side of the roofing, and now we need some wallpaper. So most of the Art Deco houses that I've seen are all white, but then they'll have some contrast in maybe the windows or the details on it. I said I wanted to go colorful today, so I'm actually gonna go in with this green pastel sort of base game wallpaper, but I'm gonna leave the rounded parts to be white. For flooring, I'm using this white tile from Spade, but maybe we can change it to something fun on the balcony. And I've also built out some platforms in the back so we could have a back patio, so I'm adding that flooring here too. For our door, I was considering this one from Eco Lifestyle. I feel like that would look very pretty, but there's also this one from high school years, which is giving, I don't know, to me, since I know it's from high school years, I feel like it looks like a high school door, but it does have those elements that I was talking about, like those geometric shapes, especially the door handles here and the lines. Like, this is very much giving Art Deco. Let's see, we'll try it out. For windows, I'm gonna be using a classic favorite of mine. These are the windows from Moschino. They can't make it onto that rounded piece, but coming down here, we can find windows that will support rounded walls. It is a lot fewer options. So I'm gonna add on these ones from Eco Lifestyle. I also saw a lot of rounded windows when I was looking into this, so I'm gonna add 2 rounded windows right there from Cats and Dogs. And I don't think I'll add too much more variation other than that. So I'll bring these to the back. High School Years also has these doors. I think I'll use that for my balcony up top and also for my patio down here. But then to really bring bring in the retro style, we're gonna be using these from City Living. I'm gonna start adding these onto our build. I'm gonna put them right here and I'll bring them up onto the second floor as well. So they're gonna be going all the way up like that. I like these ones because they don't clip to the wall like the eco lifestyle ones. There's also a space here on the other side we could add them. So I'm just gonna be raising them up using Alt-9 on my keyboard. I'm just gonna stack them directly on top of each other like that. So that's already bringing in a second element to this build. I'm gonna bring that other flooring that I used on the balcony and just bring that as a layer around the build. I'm not 100% set on this flooring either. We'll see how it goes. But I did want to come around and start working on this back part because the Sims 4 Lovestruck has this beautiful item and its complementing item here is this bar. So I want to use this in the back. I love these two items. I was thinking of having it facing this way, but then the back is going to be exposed and it's just going to be a little weird. So I was thinking, what if we took a wall and the bar will be placed like this, but then sticking to the wall behind it, we're going to use these vines. These are from Get Together. So I've added those there and then I'm going to go in and delete the wall behind that. Okay, perfect. And then in the back, we just have this grid pattern. I do want it to actually look like it's connecting to something. So I just put that wall back really quick and then making sure my grid is on again. I'm using this very thin fence from Strangerville and I'm just going to make a pattern on top. So this is going to be our makeshift pergola kind of hanging over top. So we've got our pattern. I'm going to go in and delete the flooring, just deleting all these little squares. I'm going to add in the same trim that I've been using on the rest of the house around it. And there we have our bar. I'm going to also add some hanging lights. These ones I'm adding are from Lovestruck. I'm actually also going to add these hanging off of that rounded deck piece we added. Then we can add in some bar stools. I'm actually going to change the color of some of these though. Maybe we can add a hedge here and that fence just sectioning this part off. I'm adding stairs right here though for the bartender just to make sure a sim can get back there. And then using Lovestruck again, I want to use these massive palm trees. I'm going to actually take these string lights from the Little Campers kit and I'm going to try and raise these up so they're connected onto both palm trees. Then back here we could add just like a little lounge spot, maybe some chairs again. This is all from Lovestruck. At the front, since we are in Oasis Springs, I wanted to add a palm tree and I was thinking these pink trees would be so cute. These are not meant to be pink. I have a filter on my game that turns some things in the game into pastel colors. So we'll just add a couple of those there. And the final thing, I really wanted to add a pool, but it's looking like I maybe don't have room for it in the back. So what if we put it at the front? I personally think it would be really funny to see Sims walk down the street just like jumping in my pool. I don't know why. I also sometimes like the look of a front pool. Like I know you're all really hot out there and I just happen to have this sparkly, nice, clean pool right here. This can be a great way for my sim to make friends. All right, so here's our Art Deco inspired house. So pretty. I love the green and the pink. I also obviously added some more landscaping going along the sides. And we have our pool over here. I added a few towels. The table I used at the front here is actually from the new Cozy Kitsch kit. And this centerpiece, I'm very excited to show you guys the rest of it. Going around the back, this is our little balcony so far. I did add the Lovestruck game since I found myself using a lot of Lovestruck items. We have the vintage glamour rug under the table. And then this is how our bar area turned out in the back. I added even more lighting hanging from the ceilings. I added some lamps over to the sides. Wait, this entire time I did not realize that this planter was a face. This is a planter from Lovestruck. I always size this up like every single time and I thought it was just in a little basket, but there's actually a face under there. I had no idea, but all right, there we are. All right, coming inside, we're gonna have 2 bedrooms upstairs, a main room, a kitchen, maybe a study area or an office, and a bathroom here. So I want to start off in this main room with our Cozy Kitsch kit. Obviously, this is a very colorful, kitsch retro inspired kit. There's no wallpaper or flooring, but I think this color from the Oasis Courtyard kit will look really nice, just judging by some of the swatches I've seen. So here is everything that comes with the kit. It seems like a very living room focused kit, which is why I wanted to build this for the main room. This is the big couch. I love the patterns on the pillows. It also comes with a smaller love seat. This one doesn't have patterns on the pillows, but still very cute. I really like the swatches. We have these super comfy looking chairs, obviously all coming in a matching set. We've got a nice retro looking coffee table. This item, like this little plant vase duo, I'm gonna be using all the time. I also really like these little cabinets because you can actually put them together. You could make just like a small little end table like that. You could put them together with this bigger piece and have a bigger console table sort sort of thing. I'm gonna keep it small. I'm just gonna use these small little ones. We could add this shelf on top, and I noticed this artwork. I know I'm gonna love every single one here. This is totally my style. Again, loving the color that's coming with this kit. There's also this super cute vintage radio. I'm gonna add that onto my end table. And we also have this. This is called the X fireplace. I've noticed we have a few of these in The Sims, but I've never actually seen one of these before. But it's kind of interesting, I guess. It's like where a fireplace would have been, but there's not actually any fire to be done there. Right? It's not functional. Yeah, no. Okay. Still very pretty. I love the checkered pattern, and I noticed that you can clip some candles in there, so we can technically have a little fire going if we wanted to. There's also this artwork as well, which I really like. I love the texture of this art. There's a neon sign. Also this fruit bowl. I'm totally gonna use this in the kitchen. Oh, we have these funky light switches, which I think I'm gonna add all throughout the house. A new lamp. We've got these poofs. Oh, and there's a rug too. Like, this was so easy to put together. It looks so cute so far. I like the look of the lights there like that, and we can totally add something to this ceiling. I'm gonna maybe just add some base game tile up there. Every time I do fall in love with a kit, my only critique is always just wanting more. Like, I could take, again, an entire pack like this. It's totally my style. It's so cute. And I honestly really hope they keep doing these creator made kits, because you know they really genuinely care about the content they're putting out. Like, not to say the Sims team doesn't care, but I just think it's really cool that these Sims 4 custom content creators are getting that recognition that they deserve. All right, so far this is our living room. This is so cute. I love the color. I think I'm gonna add a TV upstairs, but let's move on from here into the kitchen. So in this room, I want to change it up, and we're gonna take a bit of a risk here. I saw this wallpaper earlier when I was making my pool. It is a pool wallpaper, but we're gonna try and use it to make a really colorful kitchen, and I'm hoping we can do it in this like pastel retro aesthetic. I actually came across this picture of this kitchen with these mismatched counters, and I don't normally try to mismatch my counters, but let's give it a go. So I'm gonna be using the country kitchen appliances. So I'll put my oven over here, and I always think these base game ones look super retro. So I'm gonna add these in, but I wanna make sure I'm using the white countertop so that I can hopefully use a mismatching one underneath. And we'll just continue wrapping this around the corner. Yeah, that actually looks cute. Do you think we could get away with the same thing for the cabinets up top? It seems like they don't have the same top color part, so I'm gonna maybe just do like white up there, although that's a different color from this top part here too. Whatever, I think that's okay. We can use this new dining table in the middle, and then I wanted to try and use these cozy Kitsch kit chairs, but I think I'm again gonna change up some of the colors, obviously adding in our apple centerpiece. As I said that, I was like, I wonder if they put anything about Charlie in the description, and you know, they did. This is called Charlie's Apples, and we love that. All right, bringing in a little more of the older element, I wanted to add in this atomic clock. I'm also gonna stick one of these lamps in the background, and I feel like we could also add a radio in here too. Oh, actually, we could even lean these against the counters, since technically these aren't taking out space, and that leaves room for our sink right here. For a rug, I really wanted to use this one from Pastel Pop. There's a lot of patterns happening, but somehow I still like it. Or we could save that other rug for a different room and use this one again from Vintage Glamour. There are definitely some other neon signs that we could add if we wanted to. This one is from Get to Work. Oh, and we have the little cupcake guys. Yeah, this is looking super cute. So this is gonna be our pastel kitchen. I'm loving using those items from the kit as decor. It adds such a fun little element, especially those little pictures on the counter. Okay, moving on from here, let's go do this room in the back, which I was thinking would be a study. I was also thinking about dining, but we already have that. But I recently came across these pictures. Can anyone guess what these are? If not, you're probably too young, because these are fast food restaurants from the past. I think a lot of these are from maybe the 80s or early 90s. I actually remember some fast food restaurants looking like this when I was a kid. Very, very faintly though. Like, I feel like maybe they were older restaurants that hadn't been renovated yet, but then were shortly after. This is the kind of aesthetic that I want to go for this room. I don't know how we're gonna do it, or if we're gonna even pull it off, but let's try. I'm gonna use the booth from Dine Out, and I'm gonna repeat that back here. So this is gonna be a very odd room for the house, but I was thinking it could be a study room or literally just a lounge with extra dining. I wanted to add these lights here from Love Struck going down the wall. And isn't there like a burger decal? Yeah, there is. Okay, we're gonna add this burger here. Maybe also this sign of like bread, and then just to make it make sense, I'm gonna add a few laptops on the tables. This could be maybe like the most random work from home spot. It could be students that have people over and this is where they study and do homework. Which pack is it with the condiments? I think this is like barbecue sauce. I know there's like a little thing with ketchup and oh, what is that one from? Is it maybe Backyard? Oh yeah, this. Okay, this one with the ketchup and the mustard. To be fair, I love barbecue sauce on my burgers, so we're gonna keep that on this table. What else can we add in our little fake fast food restaurant? We can maybe use these as a barrier between the booths. These are from the bistro kit. I'm just gonna shrink some of them and put them together. I wanted to use this rug somewhere. I guess we could maybe add a jukebox. There were definitely no jukeboxes in my fast food restaurants, but they did have play areas though. Do they have those anymore? Like there would be big slides for kids, like an entire literally jungle gym area. Would the button basher fit? No, it's too big. Foosball table maybe, but I don't think Sims can get in there. You know what, we could just add this menu because there are burgers on it and we'll just add in our little counters. This could be like the tray station, like where you drop off your trays in a restaurant, but instead it's gonna be these juice trays. Okay, so this is our makeshift retro fast food restaurant, study, dining room, social area. I don't know, but I feel like this is kind of a vibe. We don't really have many fast food related items for this kind of thing, but this is what we got for our retro fast food restaurant aesthetic. Okay, let's go from here to the bathroom. And for this room, I wanted to try and do an 80s vaporwave aesthetic. Here is a quick scroll down my Pinterest page when looking this aesthetic up. And to do this, again, let's try the pool tiles. I'm immediately going in and adding these lights from high school years. And then we're coming into live mode and we're changing the lights to pink. We're going for an extremely neon look here. I'm gonna use this base game bathtub. And when I used these trees earlier from Lovestruck, I realized that they have a pink swatch. And these pink palm trees, I feel like are gonna be so ideal for this aesthetic. So I'm gonna add 2 of them, I think. Maybe one can be a little smaller. And we're gonna add in some more neon signs here from high school years. I'm gonna use some modern luxe curtains. Our toilet can go right here. And then on the other side, we can use this sink from Get Famous. Also from Get Famous, we have this massive neon mirror. I like how you can see those palm trees and that neon sign behind in the mirror. For clutter, I'm adding a salt lamp and a little plant on the sink. And I have never used this picture from Lovestruck, but we're going 80s. It's got the neon. It kind of has the color scheme I'm going for too, so I'm just gonna add this in. We'll get some robes beside. We can add a towel here. And this is our 80s vaporwave bathroom. Very, very bright and vibrant, full of neon. I really love these palm trees behind the tub. This is how it's looking over to this side. And I swear I will not use the pool tile again in another room today. I had some extra space near the entry, so I added some Lovestruck chairs with a bookshelf from Tiny Living and a record player. This spot is just a super chill, cozy, creativity / reading area. Also, combining these cozy kitsch pictures with the pastel pop ones is adorable. Okay, going upstairs, we have 2 bedrooms to do up here. And for this next aesthetic, I wanted to give a shout out to this creator. They go by Maris Jones on TikTok, and they're always uploading this amazing retro content. I came across this one where she's laying in her bed and then she lays back and she's transported into this Whimsigoth 90s inspired bedroom. So I'll aim for this bedroom to be our 90s Whimsigoth aesthetic. I'm gonna add wood paneling on the walls, and I was thinking our bed could be this one from Seasons, but I want to raise a bunch of pillows on top of it. I want to add a bunch of things hanging from the ceiling, like these stars hanging over the bed. I also wanted some posters on the wall though, like this. This aesthetic is almost giving grungy. I want to add a table here, but with a lava lamp on top. I'm adding a torch item from Life and Death. I'm gonna add this big bulky stereo right here, and we'll raise like an old TV on top. I'm also adding these stacks of CDs as clutter on this. We could add in this rug from Paranormal. I did say I wanted this to be colorful still, so maybe we make it purple. I'm using the matching dresser over on this side from high school years. We'll add a funky lamp on there. Oh, this one could be good too though. And then the basement kit has some older items, like we could use this phone. We could still put some old records out as clutter. I'll use this mirror with the pictures of Sims in there. Ooh, there's a purple swatch. Yeah, this creator is like a never skip for me, and I never know how they do it because a lot of their videos, they'll be on their bed and then they'll fall back and they're in a different room. So like, are they recreating a different set the entire time? Because if so, that is insane in like the best way possible. I'm also gonna add in some fairy lights. We could add some seating here on the floor with some magazines scattered on the ground. Ooh, this like sun fun thing from base game. And for an extra skill item, let's add some guitars. Oh, also the posters from Life and Death. These are perfect for in here. Okay, so this is our 90s Whimsigoth inspired bedroom, inspired by Maris Jones. Again, check them out. This is what it looks like over to this side. We've got the TV. I added posters all along pretty much every wall. The guitars there. We've got the stereo, the TV. Love everything about this room. All right, moving on to the final bedroom. And I think for this one, I want to try and do a 70s boho aesthetic. Scrolling again through a quick Pinterest search of this 70s aesthetic. When I thought about this aesthetic, this wallpaper immediately came to mind. It has that pattern that I'm looking for, but I could see us just using an orange wallpaper and then using this as our bed. This is a bed from Get Famous. Get Famous also has the perfect rug for under this. For my tables, I was gonna try these ones. These are from The Sims 4 Growing Together. I'm gonna add these Get Famous lamps, and I was definitely thinking tapestries or wall decor like this from Paranormal. There's this tapestry here from The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure. Get Famous also has this matching furniture, but we could add the moon mirror on top. We can also use the bowling night clock from downstairs, or there's also this one. Maybe I'll put that one in this hallway for now. I definitely wanted to add some beanbag chairs with that big decor to the max lamp. I used to decorate in this style all the time in my builds. This is kind of throwing me back a little bit, specifically in this 70s style, but like looking at all this stuff now, there are so many newer good things that have been added in that can totally match for this time period. I can add some different wood for the ceiling. I'll again add in a lava lamp. We could add in the vintage Modern Luxe record player. This is looking so cute so far. Ooh, we could though change up the mood in here a little bit by using this pink rug. This is from Pastel Pop. It's gonna bring in a lot more color. Let's go this route instead. I might risk it and do a little pattern on pattern over here. I might change it, we'll see. But we've got room over here for like an entire living room still, so I'm gonna use some more Get Famous stuff, I think. These rounded walls making it a little difficult for doing what I want to do. Yeah, I don't think we can do this rug. Maybe it will change it to orange. I added another TV on top of there. I wanted to grab some more of these tapestries. We've got another table over to this side, so I'm just gonna add some plants here. I also added this mirror from High School Years in the back. Ooh, we could add some of these lines on the wall. These ones are from Get Famous. And here we have our colorful 70s boho inspired bedroom. This room totally explains the color coming from downstairs. It's pretty much a color explosion all over this entire house. Maybe save for Whimsigoth a little bit, but overall this has been such a fun build. I love building in these aesthetics. I do have one more room up here, which I'm thinking about just combining into all of the other aesthetics that we used. Like I'm adding these couches from Dream Home Decorator. We could add in the button bashers since I wanted to add it downstairs, but we couldn't. There's also that really fun Strangerville speaker we could add. So I guess this could just function as like a fun entertainment room for Sims. All right, so there we go. We've got our retro entertainment room. It's a little out there, but I really wanted to try out the new Cozy Kitsch kit. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this new kit. If you've tried out the slumber party one, I have not yet looked at that, but I'm excited to try it out. And that's all I got for you guys. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.